Hi guys, Nick here from Intuitive Tennis. So should you have a completely relaxed arm on the forehand and have the body's rotation and momentum take care of the rest? Well, check out today's video and find out. How relaxed should the arm and the hand be on the forehand? Well, it's not as relaxed as you think it is. And the way I found out about this was thinking back to my college career. I had one peculiar injury where I broke two fingers. It was these two fingers that I broke during weightlifting, and I decided to play through the broken fingers anyway, and the result was very bad. I could play, but I could barely hold on to the racket, and my forehand was pretty much gone. And also, when you take a look at the players, you take a still image of any of the top pros, of the contact point on the forehand, you can see there's a big degree of the forearm muscles flexing. So you can see there's quite a bit of control and stability applied to the racket at contact. When we look at the forehand, we can break it up in three different parts. We can take the preparation phase, also known as the backswing, and then we can take the contact as another phase, and we can take the finish as another phase. So I think it's perfectly okay to be relaxed when you take the racket back. It really doesn't matter. You don't necessarily have to be, but you can. You see some players like Murray or David Goffin, they have very relaxed wrist back here, and the wrist kind of hangs down like this, and then as the racket drops, they tighten the racket a little bit. This is perfectly okay, and it's very individual. Other players will set their wrist early in the stroke, a la Wawrinka or Djokovic. They will have the wrist extension right away in the take back, and then just simply maintain this position as the racket goes into the contact. On the finish, it's very similar. Some players, Federer for example, will have a very relaxed finish. After contact, the wrist will flex this way often, and it looks very relaxed. So this is very individual, very personal. I don't think it makes any difference how you do it. However, when it comes to the contact, it's very important to understand that the ball comes at great speeds into the racket sometimes, and we do need to apply stump stability into the racket. And if we don't, if we have a very relaxed contact point, the racket's going to be very unstable. It can close like this, it can open, it can flip backwards like this, and it's going to result in a lot of mishits and a lot of shots that are not going to be clean. So how do we practice the stability of the racket, the tightening of the hand and the forearm right at contact? Well, it's something that comes completely intuitive to most players. Many great players learn to play at a very young age, and this happens completely naturally. They hit the ball and they tighten without being conscious of tightening the racket. And it might feel to them as if they're relaxed, because when they regain consciousness of the stroke, it's somewhere around here, and this is where they relax the arm. However, they are much tighter in the way they hold the racket at contact. You can see that if you take still images of the pros, you can see the muscle flexion of the forearm. However, if you are a recreational player, let's say levels between 3.0 and 5.0, and you are consciously trying to relax your arm at contact and trying to have the body take care of the rest, in other words, having the arm swing by itself, you have to be very careful, because in personal experience I've seen players be very sloppy with this technique and have a lot of mishits, have a lot of mistakes. So to correct these mistakes, you must do the exact opposite. You must set the wrist early in the swing and have it a little bit more rigid, and then as you rotate, and be a little bit more conscious of controlling that wrist and the arm, and that's going to achieve a more stable and more clean contact. I'm going to hit a few forehands, and I'm going to try to be extremely relaxed, and let's see what happens. Okay, so again, it's my normal grip, and I'm going to be extremely relaxed. Okay, that's almost into the fence straight away. That's terrible. Again, no control. The ball goes way along. There's no stability here. The wrist is moving at contact. I'm going to try one more. And straight into the back fence. Again, the looseness is actually contributing to my instability of the racket. It's creating lots of mistakes. So let me go into my normal forehand, where I'm going to just hit it normally. Okay, and right away there's more control there, and a lot more control. See, there's a different sound of the racket too. It's much cleaner and more stable. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.